My name is Crosby. I come from the Ojibwe of Anderdon. We are located half an hour south of Windsor, Ontario. I'm Anishinaabe and Black. We're the ones that took in the enslaved people that came north from the United States or America. And we mixed, married, mingled with them, produced people that look like me, lighter skinned. We are still farmers to this day. We still have our land down there and still practice our traditional and modern techniques of farming. Within Anishinaabe culture, there's many uses of the birch tree. From the bark that grows on it that actually peels off it. We can peel it off like this. We can use it as paper. We can make baskets out of this to store maple syrup, to store seeds if you want to store fruits if we want to. And maybe we're catching fish one day, have a birch bark basket, store your fish inside there. The young saplings can be used to make wigwams out of, or wigwams they call them, to making lodges out of as well. We can use the wood that comes up there for lighting our fires. There's so many uses for this tree. Another great use is birch sap. If you don't have maple syrup, use a birch sap to make birch syrup if you want to, right? Slightly less sugary than maple syrup, but there's many uses of the birch tree for us within our culture. It's basically the cornerstone of our culture because it helped Wanapazoo. It now helps us with all its many gifts. And the fact that we keep growing these trees and have them growing in the city of Toronto, perfect. Connects us to our Indigenous past, present, and future. It connects us to the earth. There's a story about the birch when people, look at the beautiful birch tree like I have here next to me, where they look at the beautiful gifts that the birch has. So people try to figure out, why did Wanapazoo give the birch tree all these gifts? The quick, simple story is, the birch tree helped out Wanapazoo in a situation. The long story is this. So, one day in the village, Wanapazoo's grandmother had no fire to cook, had no fire to keep the home warm, had no fire to keep the village warm. So she asked Wanapazoo, can you please go to the west, to the Thunderbird's home, and get some fire for us? Wanapazoo said, yes, grandmother, I will do it. But before I do it, I must turn myself into a rabbit, into a waboose. Wanapazoo did that and started hopping along to the west, to the Thunderbird's home. Got to the home, knocked on the door and said, please, may I come in and stay nice and warm? It's cold out here, it's a storm out here. May I come in? So Thunderbird said, yes, come on in to the fire and stay nice and warm next to the fire. So the waboose, the rabbit, came in, sat next to the fire, is getting all nice and warm, and is looking around the hut, the home, and then the minute the Thunderbird turned its back on the waboose, the rabbit, grabbed the fire, put it on its back, and started running for the door and running straight for his village. As he's running, the Thunderbird saw what was happening and was right behind the rabbit, running right behind it and throwing lightning bolts at it, just throwing him down, trying to get the rabbit. The rabbit's running, the waboose is running, screaming, help me, please help me. And then, off in the distance, the rabbit heard, I will help you, my brother. Please come be with me. So the rabbit found out where it was, and it was the birch tree. So the rabbit went to the birch tree and hid behind the birch tree. You have to still picture the Thunderbirds behind the rabbit, still throwing these lightning bolts down, and then once it's behind the birch tree, it was throwing lightning bolts down to the birch tree and giving the birch tree these black marks. And then, after a while, the Thunderbird's like, I give up, and flies back to the home. Now you have the waboose and the birch tree being next to each other and talking. The rabbit's saying, thank you for protecting me. Because you protected me, I'll make sure that your birch, your bark, your tree has many uses. So a lot of uses for the birch tree. You'll see like with birch trees, the bark is peeled off. You can use it as paper. So you have this beautiful thing right here as paper from the birch tree. You can use it, you can cook inside of it. So many uses for this birch tree because it saved Wanapazoo from the Thunderbird. It's a beautiful tree. Trees matter in Toronto because the way I see it, Toronto is a city in the middle of trees. There are a lot of trees here. I mean, a lot of trees. Then we have all these buildings. When you think about it, Toronto is this diverse city, right? People from all over the world. And now you have all these trees from all over Canada. Diverse trees everywhere, just like the city of Toronto. If you don't have trees in the city of Toronto, if you really think about it, we don't have a lot of nature. People love nature. People in the city of Toronto love nature. So when they see trees, they appreciate the trees we have. So, when we think about trees in Toronto and why they're important, the diversity, You can see the diversity of the trees we have in Toronto, which equals the diversity of the people in the city of Toronto itself. We should have as many trees as there are people in the city of Toronto, if not more, so that we can have trees for our future generations to grow up under. So to me, trees are the most important thing in Toronto. They are a way for us to connect back to the earth and give back to the earth by taking care of the trees, because if we take care of the trees, they will take care of us by providing food, shelter, and shade. The reason why I feel that trees or birches matter to Indigenous people or even Anishinaabe in the city is that it is rooted in our past, but propels us to our future. Because we need to remember who we are, how far we've come along to this present day to know actually where we're going. So if we have these trees, such as the birch trees, which have been around for thousands of years, they are a reminder to us that yes, we can still keep going. We can still keep going towards the sun, and still keep growing as well, right? That we should not give up. So now you have these trees that start in these little baby seeds that grow to saplings, right? If you look at it, for us, our past was those little baby seeds. We are now in their sapling stages in our present day, but we still have years and years to go to get to their full maturation as a tree, or maturation as Indigenous people. So now we're at the sapling stage. We have all these years to go to get nice and big, which means as Indigenous people, we can grow as big and strong as these birch trees or as all the other trees within the city of Toronto. So to me, that is why these trees are important to Indigenous people, because as they grow, we grow. So to me, these ones right here, all these trees around that you see, they are important to the city of Toronto because they're important to human beings. They're important to Anishinaabe culture, to Indigenous cultures, because they root us in our past, grow us in our present, prepare us for our future. That is why trees are important in the city of Toronto.